Hello everyone, my name is Dovi, and today I am going to walk you through the process of basically editing and color grading this video. Normally I would have my good friend Prismatic fully color correct this, but I'm just going to run through like the basic grading process. So this right here is our full clip that we recorded. It looks decent, it looks alright. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drop the audio in, and I'm going to find where the audio actually starts. So I'm going to just kind of scrub through this until right here. Right, so this is the frame we want to start at. We're going to go back a second. That's just how I do it. Right, and then boom. We go forward to 1 second on the timeline, and that is how I sync up my audio. And then here at the end, I will just cut this off. 332, that's good. Yep. Okay. And that's how I sync up the audio, because the audio right here, I cut it right at the beginning of where the audio actually is. So if I mute this clip and then I start here, there we go. So now these little bright highlight spots right here, I don't really like those, so I'm gonna get rid of them. And the way I get rid of them is I have two of these dark circles. And we're gonna drag on two of them. And this first one we're gonna move over here, and we're gonna resize these in a second. So we're just gonna make them nice and big, and then use that to kind of block out the light sources. And that will darken up the footage and make it a tiny bit more usable. I don't like how far in frame this one is, so I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger and move it out of frame, because we don't want it being too obnoxious, but we still want it to look decent. Maybe bring it over a little bit more. That's good. Alright, so this right here is the basic start of things. Now, it doesn't look too great, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to export this to libraries. No, not that actually. Desktop, yes. Videos, give it up. And this is going to be darkened. So now we're just going to render this. Alright, so our video has just rendered, so we can get rid of that. We can go and grab the actual render and drop it in there. And you'll see that it does not look so hot. The colors are all faded, and just the white balance is wonky, and it just does not look super amazing. As you can see, those whites don't look too great. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit this, and we're just going to color correct it. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open the color and the light tabs. We're also going to keep the white balance open, but just for a little bit. So we're going to want to bring down the exposure a little bit and bring up the brightness. We can add a little bit of contrast, but sometimes that can make the video look weird, so I'm just going to keep it low. Now we're going to find a white frame. Okay, so here, and we'll just get the white balance. We'll tint it a little bit blue, and then a little, actually I think the tint is fine, just the temperature needed a little bit of tweaking because it was a little warm. Now those lights actually look properly white. So now we'll go to the lights, and we want to bring up the highlights and bring down the shadows. Not all the way, We're going to bring up the whites, bring up the blacks. Just tweak this until it looks about right. If the highlights, if you turn it up too much and it kind of gets overpowering, then you can dial back the whites. And these basically work in tandem with each other to make a decent looking effect. I think that looks good. But we're still kind of losing colors. So we're going to mess with the vibrance and saturation. We're just going to bring them up a little bit. And there we go. Now we can actually go and send this off to be like color corrected, and you can tweak all these individual colors. This is a good frame right here actually for color grading. So for instance, you could like mess with the reds. You can, you know, boost the saturation, lower the saturation. Yeah, just tweak these and do whatever, but if we A/B these, you'll see the difference it makes. The reds are a little bit too whited out, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to mess with those a little bit. We just want to make sure nothing is too like left out color wise, and that's color grading. So now if we compare, you know, just the darkened clip to the graded clip, it looks a lot nicer, and it looks finished. But yeah, that's all I've got for now, and I got some bigger educational like Launchpad videos on the way, so keep an eye out for those. But until then, I'm out. I'll see ya.